Hello and welcome back to more Monster Hunter Tri here on GameAnyone.com. And this first section is sped up a little bit because save on a little bit of time. Although the fight with the monster, the actual fight, didn't take as long as many others. So it's only this first part that's sped up and not much others. Anyway, today we're going to use a pretty interesting set. I have the Poison Stinger, what is that called? Stock, as well as the frame. And then I'm going to use the Aquamatic Needler barrel. I know, me not using a shield? What? Aquamatic Needler barrel for the barrel. And that gives us a pretty decent attack. It also gives us what we're going to do this time, where we're going to... Basically, the entire fight is going to deal with explosions and poisoning. Or status effects. Mostly poisoning. Because the monster we're about to fight, the Uragon, is highly allergic to poison. More so than other ones. But yeah, the Volcano's Fury. Here we go, and we're going to speed up until we get to the first part where we get to the Uragon. Anyway, for the armor, I'm using the Banabra set, so that's the vest, the tasset, or the coat. I think it's a coat for a gunner. And the leggings, and the... I have the Rhinopolos barrel, not barrel, arms, gauntlets, armlets, I think they're armlets for gunners, I still don't remember, and the Rhinopolos cap, because I gemmed in Crag Shot up. I also have a charm for that gives +5, so we have status attack up, and Crag Shot up to give us more Crag Shots, because the Aquamatic Needler gives us rapid fire on Crag Shot 1. Now, in the description of both, I hope I remember for Game Anyone, but for at least YouTube, at the moment, because YouTube makes you put in descriptions there, which helps me remember to put them in. That's mostly the only reason why I forget for Game Anyone, is that they don't have us do that. I'll link a post for all the Bowgun shot damage info in the description. So if you want to play or do the Bowgun like I do, then I would take a look at it. Just to kind of... why I love pellet shots and all this stuff, and why rapid fire Crag Shots is awesome and almost broken. But yeah. That is the Uragon. More explosions! The Uragon's actually one of my favorite monsters here in the... well, actually in almost all of Monster Hunter. I don't know, I like his design, I like his attacks. It might also be because I like hammers, and his chin's kind of like a hammer, so he's like the Hammer Brothers. It actually would have been a really cool event quest. The Hammer Brothers. Boom, boom, to Uragon. He also has this little, very fearsome spin move. Actually, that particular spin move is not very fearsome. Thank you, Banabra, to being in the way. But, like I said before, he's pretty weak to poison, which I don't remember if I remember to use the poison knives. He's a much scarier version of this, of the rolling, which he'll do later. It's where he kind of rolls around and... it's a figure 8, really, but it's a lot more scary, because he moves fast enough that you lose sight of him and then wham! Rolled over you. But yeah, he kind of, his resistance initially is about the same as normal monsters. It might also be that I'm not getting consistent enough attack stream onto him. Let's say if you get like rapid fire, which I was trying to do. I was trying to get the Bloodthirsty Maw, Blood Guilty Maw, not Bloodthirsty, Blood Guilty Maw, the barrel for from what am I looking for? The barrel from the Gignox. That's what I'm looking for. But yes, we are now starting Crag Shots. So I have Crag level 3, level 2, and level 1. And I'm mostly going to be doing 3 and 1 because the 2 and 1 use the same fish, so you can only bring a certain amount. But here's the anatomy of the Uragon. As you can see, for cutting damage on the left, you want to mostly focus on his belly or his tail. And for impact damage, you want to mostly focus on his stomach. Everywhere else, he's pretty armored, which also comes true in his armor set. But the attack that he's doing now, he kind of digs underground, and then you'll peer up on that mound. Now go stand in one of the little entrance corners here, and he does this little figure 8 thing. This is not the attack that I was talking about before, but if you stand in one of the little corners, either side works. On online or off, you're completely safe. So use that time to refuel, a lot of things. Reason why I'm using crack shots: 1, because you can knock them out. 2, crack shots are amazing. I completely whiffed because I thought he was going to keep going. They do like explosions. I don't know if I talked about this before, but explosions actually do like a fixed amount of damage. Like the barrel bombs, why you want to use them on every monster is because they do a little bit of fire damage, but then they also do, I think, barrel bomb pluses do 150 unmodified damage, which is a lot of damage, especially since it's unmodified. No defense is affected by that. Crag shots, cluster shots are essentially the same. I'll use cluster shots later in probably high rank because they have a very good ratio, but we don't have any, we barely have any weapons that or any bowguns that use it very much. And for some reason today he was in a very, I'm going to go up on the mound and roll around mood, which is kind of why this took a bit longer. I like fighting the Uragon. I'm pretty safe fighting the Uragon. The only time I'm uncertain fighting him is when he does his figure 8 move from the ground, which we'll show later. By the way, he only does this move, that large figure 8 that I was talking about, that you're completely safe from, if you do it right. He only does that in this area, Area 6 of the Volcano. So otherwise you don't get the opportunity for that. Now his chin press, I'll bring it up the next time I see it. This Benabra is going to screw me over, right? I thought that was the case. Guess not. Cluster shot! He's gonna set off the explosion himself, which I guess the stun trap just helped me get it off. But cluster shot and crag shot are very strong for the reasons that each of the explosions that they do unmodified damage. So cluster shot level 1, you hit it, it does damage basically the same as a normal shot level 1, which is about 8% of the bowgun's attack strength is about normal shot level 1. Normal shot level 2 does about 12%. And all so anyway, it does about 8%, does that, and then it does 1 explosion for the clutch shot, does 25 unmodified damage for the first explosion. Then clutch shot level 1 launches 2 different shots off, which then do, I think it was like 2 fire damage? I think the original explosion also does fire damage as well. Also, poison shot level 2 does a bit more poison damage. So, and those explosions that he makes the little rocks in those explosions do explosion damage to him too, which do unmodified damage. So he can end up killing himself. What was I saying? Oh, that chin press thing there. It does a lot of damage. If you are sitting under him and you're probably a gunner, it'll probably one-hit KO. Going back to the clutch shot. So it launches off 2 pellets for clutch level 1, which then do 2 fire damage or so, and then do 25 unmodified damage for each part that it hits, which it doesn't have to hit. Or it does unmodified damage to the monster, it also does the part, so if you hit it in the face, it'll break the face or head, or in this case, Urgon's chin faster. Once again, going to level 2 launches 3 pellets that does all of that. Level 3 does 4 of those, so you can get up to 100 unmodified damage pretty quickly, which is a lot of unmodified damage. Now the Crag shots do 45, I believe, 45 unmodified damage for level 5, level 3. Level 3 does 45, I believe. I'll actually go check the thread because he says it in there. And the guy gets his facts because he kind of hacked the game and found out the formulas, but it's for science. For science. See, it does 40 unmodified damage for Crag level 3 and 60 fire damage. Crag level 1 does 20 unmodified damage and 30 fire damage. But then rapid fire does 30%, or has it do 60% of that initial 8% hit. But rapid fire also has it that, like, explosions, so like Crag shot or cluster shot, the explosions of those are not modified. So I'll be using Crag level 1 pretty soon. So that's 40 unmodified damage to him, plus some fire damage on rapid fire. So that's 9 shots, which is 18 shots. The initial hit is a little bit dampered, but still, that is a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. It also does knockout damage, and that was the wrong way to roll. I do have to say that. The wrong way to roll. And the poison's doing extra damage, and the Crag shots are doing damage, so if you want to go by weakness, Urgon's weakest to water, with 40 water damage on the head and various other parts going down. His next weakest is dragon, and then ice. Thunder, you get a little bit of damage from the thunder element on his face, and for fire you get almost no damage. It's almost a complete resistance to it. Urgon also has 2 other attacks. You saw he has that little, oh, here, he's going to use it. He can go like that and breathe out fire, or he can breathe out a sleeping gas. And I'm actually going to go to the next area because I kind of want to do this and kind of cornered. So, boom. Some heat resistance, and why don't we chug a couple mega potions, you know, we got our stuff. So I'm almost out of Crag level 3. I think I try to combine the last of what it is, but I'm out of Anoa, and whatever those fish are. Well, those are fish, which you can get a whole bunch of them from just doing the fish. What the fish? The fishing hut, which I hope they bring back in other games. I really like that, because fishing in the original, in Monster Hunter Freedom Unite or something else like that. This is the pinwheel, not the pinwheel, the figure 8 attack that I was talking about. So go and then go in a circle and then figure 8 and then stop. Which, as you saw there, I lost sight of him and got hit. And so Raktor is going to hit me as well. It's annoying. He's going to do it again here. And I just barely didn't get hit, but I don't think it would have killed me. High rank Urgon does a lot of damage with that, but again, you're still relatively safe with it. Going back to the shot damage, the reason why I like pellet shot so much? Okay, so for example, normal shot does 12% of the Bowgun's attack. Okay, that's per hit, and it also scales with range. Pellet shot doesn't scale with range, and it does 5% of your Bowgun's damage, or Bowgun's attack, weapon attack, per hit. So that's Wow, that's 15% damage for the Bowgun level 1. Figure 8, get hit again. Bowgun, for pellet shot level 1, that's 5%. For pellet shot level 2, that's 20%. For level 3, that's 25%. That's not a lot of damage in a short amount of time. And actually, the poison shot here does a lot of damage for the shot that it is. It does, I believe, the level 2 does 20%? 15% of your total damage. Of your attack damage from the bowgun. Has a lot of damage as well. Plus it does poison damage. Which is probably why it made him flinch and go into rage mode there. Which, I believe, Bowgun, when he's in rage mode, he'll puff a black smoke, as you can see him there. I think also his eyes turn from blue to red, like Barion's. But this is pretty much the fight so far. Pretty much easy fight. I like fighting him with a bowgun. I like fighting him a lot better with a bowgun, or a lot more with a bowgun than, say, like the hammer or any other weapon. Otherwise, I would say short sword and shield. I'd do that. Otherwise, I would do the bowgun against him. Pretty much safe. As long as you don't do that. Breakable parts on the Uragan, you have 2 breakable parts, if I remember correctly. Shot in between that Raptor jumping out and going back in. You have 2 breakable parts. You have the chin, which I've already done. You can break his tail. It'll look a little bit more jagged and not have the black part on it. And you can also cut off his tail, which you get 2 cards from. So here is the rapid fire crack shot level 1. Boom, boom. Just doing an insane amount of damage really quickly here. Otherwise, I would recommend using water shot or pierce shot. Normal shot, his outside isn't very good to attack, as you saw there from the diagram earlier. Pretty armored. Pierce shot will almost guarantee that you hit him in the middle, which would count as his stomach, which would be extra damage. Same thing with water shot, plus he takes a lot of damage from water shot. And you're not going to see me fight him that much in Area 7 here, because he's going to quickly go off to Area 4. And that, he's the only other one, rather than Diablos, that doesn't really eat meat. Or I shouldn't say the only other one, but he's one of the other ones. Diablos eats cacti, Uragan eats rocks. So that's where he's going to Area 4. He'll eat it off the rock shelf there, but I stop him. And, kinda want to capture him because he's ready. You can tell because he'll limp away for a little bit, which is really hard to say. Actually, I think I just want to get him a shock trap because he's very much exhausted. Another reason why he's trying to eat. Because if the knockout damage doesn't get applied to the face, it gets applied to the body, which creates exhaust damage. But if it's also applied to the face, it also creates exhaust damage. So it's a fairly, it's a lot of exhaust damage, and you exhaust them very quickly. And when he's exhausted, he will growl a lot, which makes free hits most of the time. He can explode that, hurt himself, get hit by crag shots, you know, all good. All good. I'm kind of disappointed I didn't knock him out, but if I probably would have had Slugger, then probably would have. Yeah, using crag shot with the, or pierce shot for the rest of this because I didn't really have a backup plan. It was mostly crag shots. Let's do crag shots, man! So pierce shot is where I'm gonna go. What was I trying to say? I had a thought on my mind. I don't remember. See, now he's going away, but we don't let Uragons live. We don't let Uragons live. You must slay him because you get. I'm gonna watch what I say. I think you get 4? 4 carbs? We'll watch when I carve him. I'm pretty sure I kill him. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. When he's exhausted, like you did, you saw it a little bit ago. I didn't, or did I say something? If he's exhausted, he'll fall over when he rolls. Pretty self-explanatory, or not pretty self-explanatory, but you get what I mean. And he's limping away. He's gonna go try to hide. Which I'm like, no. But wait, I'll just be ready here. Be ready with some crag shots in my clip here. He's gonna make a pound, and I'm gonna load him up with crag shots. And 2 explosions kills him. Now, if I remember right, you get 4 carbs off of him, but I may be wrong. I know you get 2 off the tail. I know that for sure. You get 2 or 3, or 3 or 4 carbs. Because he's a big monster, you know. You get 3 or 4 carbs. And this, you don't really... Yeah, you get 4 carbs. You don't really, brain fart. You don't... Uragon's one of those that you don't really bother... Or you can capture him, but he's just as easily killed. He doesn't drop anything until high rank. That's very valuable. You just want scoots and or scales and or scalp chin. Get a chin, which maybe I think you have a better chance in getting it in the crest reward, maybe for capturing him. But you basically want to break his chin, which is pretty easy to do with either water shots, water damage, or crag shots, as you saw there. I broke it pretty early. But we are not done yet. We have a little bit of dialogue to do with the rest of the crew at the Moga village. So instead of just ending it off and saying that next time we're going to end it here, or we're going to watch him here, we have a little bit from the guild sweetheart, and we have a little bit from the chief that I didn't know about. So there'll be a small cut, and then we go to the chief. But basically, I'm going to leave you guys here. Feel free to read it, or feel free to move on to the next one where we fight the Agnactor, the Lava Leviathan. Anyway, I'm Zachary Chelcom. Comment, rate, subscribe if you like what you saw, and I'll see you guys later.
Oh, Lilios. Lilios. Samala. Samala. Hey! Ora. Easy. Nuzada. Nuzada. Easy. Hmm? Hey! Ora. Nuzada. Nuzada. Easy.